Welcome back to All Things Napa. We have a really special guest with us today. We're going to talk a little bit about the wine train because December is the big month for the Santa train, and also they're on a comeback. I mean, you know, Napa during this wildfires, we want to make sure everybody knows that we're still in business here and that the wine train is flourishing more than ever. So, Scott Goldie, thank you for coming in and talking to us a little bit about the business and what you guys are doing and what are you doing special this month and what's going on.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
You alluded to the fires in our business, like many, was hit pretty hard. We did have a media day very soon after that, and we've noticed a constant improvement in traffic, particularly the Santa train, which I know we're going to talk about.
Yeah, that's what we're looking forward to. I know my kids are looking forward to it. Your grandkids are looking forward to it.
Yeah, my grandkids are local now, and they never have been until recently, and my children are way too old for Santa train, so yeah. I'm looking forward to doing that too. So.
We have a lot of
they're never too old. Michaela and Nick can come on.
I meant too old in terms of the fantasy, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So the Santa train is, prior to the year we bought it, there was a program that had been in place for about 20 years. Very low key, it's based on the employees, but also very popular, particularly with the locals. Last year when we acquired it, we tried to create a new experience. We hired a choreographer, we hired professional actors, and we scripted out a whole new program. And the year before we bought it, they did about 4,000 passengers. Last year we did 12,000.
Wow.
And this year we revamped the program again based on what we heard, constructive criticism last year.
Sure.
And we're on pace to do about 15,000.
That's incredible.
So,
what are the little subtle changes that we should expect to see?
Well, so we've put the basis of the show in the lobby.
Okay.
So there was some confusion of the show on the train. The whole premise, the setup for the show is all done in the lobby. We have a stage, professional lighting, actors, the audience is dancing, singing. That's a great program. We have Santa on the train this year, which sounds crazy. It wasn't last year if it's the Santa train. But he's on there.
And yet you still did 12,000 without Santa. Now that's some really incredible business right there.
And he's on there, and the kids will see Santa twice. Second time, they'll get a gift from Santa.
Oh, great.
There's food available this year.
Okay.
Last year, there really wasn't. That time, 5 o'clock at night.
Maybe a couple of mimosas for the parents to settle them down.
Yeah. Well, 5 o'clock with that age children with no food, that's problematic.
Right.
But we do have adult beverages. And they're very popular as well.
Not too big of a problem then.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we're excited. There's a locals rate for people to call in, and it's about 20% off.
Oh, that's nice.
So give us a call and come see the Santa train.
All right, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Well, I've got it in my to-do, because on the website it says the price, and then it says, and I know that there's a locals, but I haven't had a chance to call in, and now I don't have to.
Yeah.
I'm here with a man.
We have it firsthand.
We'll take care of you.
You doing a little Movember thing here?
Yep, we got to do that through the end of the month, maybe the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You may like it so much you keep it. That's what happened to me.
Right. It's not going to be you're going to have to help Santa out or anything.
Yeah.
It's a little too dark.
That could be next year.
You got a little too much pepper, not enough salt. So
Yeah.
give it time.
And our Santa does have a real beard, so that's another selling point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what other things are you doing with the wine train all through the year, should we say? I know that we brought some pictures and we'll put them up, but we have some food, maybe is any new chefs on board, things like that?
We have a new chef, Donnie Young, who's been on for a little over a year.
Okay.
One of the key advantages that we have with him is that we have fresh food, local produce, as much local as we can get, and we change the menu 3 times a year.
Okay.
So if you come back and join us, our whole goal at the wine train is to get locals and even the Bay Area to experience this more frequently. The old train, it was very infrequent. People might do it every 10 years. So we have that. We have the small wine tasting trains, which we talked about last time I was here. We started with 1 tour the first year. We have 3 tours now at 3 different wineries per tour. And on April 1st, we start another tour. We'll have a 4th tour. And the following year, I think we'll have 2 more. And those 6-hour experience, 3 tastings, 4-course gourmet meal, and it's been extremely popular. They sell out. Last thing I wanted to mention, and particularly this type of year for holiday parties, group parties, is we have these luxury trains that do the wine tasting during the day. They're available for charter at night. You can create your own program.
Wow.
We had a group recently that was picked up in Yountville. They're staying at Bartisono. They just wanted to do a dinner. We went up and back to St. Helena.
That's
Wow.
nice.
This coming year, we're going to have an outdoor car that will attach to these private cars, so indoor-outdoor experience.
Oh, that would be great. So, okay, so for a private event, would you shorten the train a little bit? You know, you bring in different cars.
Yes, it depends on how many you have. So we have one car that's 36 seats. It's been completely renovated. Another at 48.
Okay,
You can take one or the other. You can combine the both.
gotcha.
You can add an outdoor car. It's really, we can create the experience that you want. We can cook. You can bring your own chef.
I mean, that sounds great.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fantastic. That's almost like and here's a little plug again for Garrett, but that kind of a kitchen collective kind of feel where you
Right.
can bring in your own chef.
Absolutely.
And able to do your own thing.
And wineries have been taking it out for their wine clubs.
Yeah.
And like Alpha Omega brought their own chef.
Okay.
Chimney Rock, we provided the food. So it's a great opportunity to take care of your wine club members as well.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah, that's, you know, the last time you were on, I think it was in the summer, I had to admit that I had not been on the wine train. I'm happy to tell you that I've been twice now.
Ah,
You came to one of our concerts.
Yeah, the concert, that was
That-
really
that
incredible.
was good.
Yeah, that was a
so
great
were you in that event? Were you taking people
Rock the
down?
Rails.
Okay.
Rock the Rails,
Where
yeah.
was the concert taking
So
place?
we had 3 concerts, one at Gurgich, one at Visa Tui,
gotcha.
and one at Krug.
Okay.
You board down in Napa, you party on the way up, food and drinks. You're there for a couple hours, you know, and then back on the train.
Yeah.
Very popular.
Very nice.
I don't know if you know, Scott, but the Rock the Rails with Pablo Cruz, one of the guests that I brought, his sister used to be one of the Hee Haw girls. And
Oh,
she
really?
happened to be in town, and because she's in that industry, she knows people. She found out that's where we were going to go that night. She made some phone calls and surprised our whole group. She sang with Pablo Cruz up on stage.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Yeah.
know that. That's
So,
great.
and I don't know if you know, but she was rehearsing and doing sound checks while we were boarding, and she goes, I'm probably going to be late. And we were all mad at her and upset. That's like, why is she always late? Well, because she was setting up this great surprise for us. But she got to the train station in Napa just in the nick of time to board and go right back up from where she just was doing the sound check and surprise.
Those were
everybody.
great events.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. for
So
next
so
year.
you do that every year, obviously, right?
This was our
Around-
first year, so
Okay.
next year we're going to probably change the format a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, it's like Santa Train. This whole experience you learn as you go.
Right.
Yeah.
And the Santa Train's better this year than last year. The concerts will be better next year than last year.
Well, it's great that you're having such success and still learning, as opposed to, well, that didn't work. Let's try something else.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
The beautiful thing about the trains, it's pretty inexpensive to experiment. Take the car out. You know, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, create a new format.
Right.
Well, you know, we do see every so often. I see a blue car, you know, towing another. I don't know if you guys are like experimenting,
and
looking at new cars,
Is that the commuter train? I thought that the commuter aspect just didn't take.
Well, the commuter we haven't started yet. That's something
Okay.
we're probably going to be looking at for next year.
Okay.
And it's going to be a business to business. We'll take people up valley.
Okay.
We've had a number of businesses up there that are willing to contract directly with us
Okay.
and lease seats on the train.
So when we see the locomotive and one or two of the blue and white cars,
That's
are
a
the,
wine tasting experience.
Oh,
That's
that's
the
just wine, okay.
Quattrovino tours.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
And then those go out at night also. We have something called Meet the Maker.
Uh-huh.
And I know your next guest, Chapelet, they did a very successful Meet the Maker.
Yeah.
And those are great events as well. It's a 3-hour, very intimate experience with the winemaker or the owner or both. And our chef and myself. It's a great time as well.
Wonderful.
So I mean, with one track, well, you know, you have the one track going up in north and south. I mean, you do so much. I mean, it's
Magic.
magic almost.
It's magic. He
It's
can't tell you how
logistics.
the trains go past one another.
Like,
Yeah,
But you definitely run a tight. It's starting to become a tight schedule. You know, you got to have certain times hitting.
yeah, besides the single track, we have 4 sidings.
Right.
But you can't have 2 trains in one block, and we only have 4 blocks. So it has to be this whole logistical approach.
Yeah.
And we had to create 2 more sidings since we bought the train.
Oh, okay.
And so that helps. We have 1 at Martini and 1 at Krug, because you have to find places to pass. And the little train is easy to pass. The big train, there's not a lot of places you can put that on the side.
So how many total cars can be in a siding?
The big train is 10 or 12 cars. That's the max.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's over 1,000 feet long.
Wow.
Little trains are 160 feet.
Right.
Well, you want to put the, we know you got some pictures. We can have you describe some of the things in the photos.
Well, this, for instance, is our Quattrobino. This is one of the renovated Pullman cars. So that's a 102-year-old car. We spent about $500,000 renovating it. Seats 36 people. Has a full bar, full kitchen, full restroom facility. And this will be the wine tasting tour, meet the maker tour at night, and private charters.
Beautiful train.
Yeah, it is.
This is what I talked about, the seasonal menus, and we've just changed it again for the winter season. Most of our meals are 4-course, multiple options for entrees, desserts, appetizers. And if anyone that's experienced the train in the past, prior to 3 years ago, come join us again. It's great.
I have to join now that you guys have the new chef, and his name was again?
Donnie Young.
Donnie Young, yeah. So I know it's always wonderful.
And this is the Santa train. Santa is on the train, as you can see this year. And that's a 360-seat train. And this weekend it's full every day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Look at him.
So Santa train just goes Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
No, it's all week.
All week, okay. Well, especially this week, kids are out of school, so.
Yeah, this year we started before Thanksgiving, which I'm personally opposed to. But,
Yeah.
but
Business is business.
yeah, there's enough people that want to do it.
Yeah. That's one of the things where, we were in the stores in October, and my kid he looks in the store, oh, they have Christmas trees up already, or decorations and stuff like that. I said, just close your eyes. Close your eyes. It doesn't exist right now. We're in October. We're not even into Halloween yet. I'm like, so it's always probably good to get closer to the season, I would imagine.
Yeah, we have the week of Christmas, we do 2 trains.
Yeah.
And the early train's almost sold out for that week. So
We better
Nice.
get
Yeah, I know.
on
I have
that.
to
get
get
your
the
tickets.
Yeah,
Right.
I do.
Although we do know a guy.
Yeah, I
always have a few seats for you.
At double the price.
Yeah,
There
right.
goes your locals discount right there. You
But
too
wait,
long.
we had you on the show. Does that matter anybody?
That definitely matters.
No. Well, this is all wonderful information, and again, what's the future like? What are we going to see? I mean, I know you named a lot of stuff, but
Well, this coming year, we actually are leasing another train to be able to take our existing train cars off and renovate. And that's going to give us different experiences on the train, including the outdoor cars. You're going to see commuter, probably, maybe freight.
okay.
And then at some point, we are going to max out the traffic on the train. But we're also going to be looking for real estate development. That's my background.
Well, you're talking
Right.
to the right guys.
Yeah.
So we applied for a hotel here in Napa. And we're looking at a residential property in Napa along the river. And we have 2 or 3 sites up valley that we want to take a look at.
Nice.
So that'll be phase 2.
All right.
Nice.
We'll have
We
to
look
have you
forward to
back
it.
because we're out of time now.
Yeah.
So that's the teaser to make you tune in to Napa, all things Napa again with Scott Goldie sometime in the future.
Well, we got to have him on our radio show too, so maybe
I would
you'll
love
hear.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll bring you onto the radio show.
All right.
Well, Scott, thank you for coming on and letting us know all about the wine train. We look forward to it. I know that this month, and I hope everybody else does. I know they will.
It is that season.
Look at that! I knew he was gonna. do that.
I was gonna. You see that?
Yeah. I knew he's gonna have a sock for the occasion. So,
I'm a sock guy. Well, thanks very much,
Thank
Scott.
you. Really appreciate that time.
Happy
to talk.
Thanksgiving. Merry
Same to you.
Christmas to you and yours.
yeah.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next time.
Great. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Scott.
All right, we'll be right back.